I've been able to get remote opportunities. I basically work with companies in Canada and the UK as well as a project manager, AI project manager to be specific. And to give you a bit of background about myself, I started off in the health field, precisely nursing, and then I just switched completely into project management. And this is something that a lot of individuals struggle with. Some people would come and tell me, oh, Treasure, I'm 60 plus years of age. Can I switch my career at this point? And will I go over to the very beginning, entry level, to start working, as an entry level data analyst, project manager, as the case may be? And the answer is no. Okay, there is a structure, there's a way to achieving this. Someone would say, oh, I've been trying to apply for different type of job opportunities, but the fact that I'm African, I'm Nigerian, I just automatically get kicked out of the entire race. And I'm wondering, how can I actually get into this process? How can I actually land roles? This is the session for you to be in. Okay, so this is basically what we're going to be talking about: how you can use AI strategically as an individual and potentially be able to land different job opportunities globally. Okay, but before we get started, I would like to know, where each and every one is joining us from. Like I mentioned, my name is Treasure Akiopo. I lead the team at Analytics Business, and I'm actually based out of Lagos, Nigeria. I'd like to know where each and every one on the call is joining us from. So please let me have your name, basically what you do, and also where you're joining us from. Okay, so just humor me and put it in the chat, your name, what you do, and basically where you're joining us from. So Treasure, Project Manager, Lagos, Nigeria. This is very, very important because in these sessions, we have CEOs, we have HR professionals. It is even a good way for you to connect. So if you add your LinkedIn profile link there, it is amazing. And I would recommend that individuals should connect with as many individuals as possible because you have a lot of professionals on the call. So please, we are over 40 plus on the call. So Talkware is from Ibadan. Please also put what you currently do. And if you have your LinkedIn profile set up, please put the link in the chat as well. So this would be a good networking connection aspect before we get into today's session proper. If you want to connect with me, my LinkedIn profile is Treasure Akiopo. You can search me on LinkedIn. When I share the slide as well, it would also get access to my LinkedIn profile. So please, 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 if you have a LinkedIn profile, do that. We have people that are HR, CEOs, project managers. You are looking for your potential helper. It could also be on this call. So please just go ahead to share what you currently do and also your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so I'm just going to read out a few that I can see. Please keep them coming. It is very, very important. You can start conversations with key individuals that can help change the prospect of how things are working out for you. Okay, so let's move straight into it. We have Talkware, who is from Ibadan. We have Henry, who is from Lagos rather, and he's a software tester. We have God's Will from Abia. We have Wisdom, who is joining from Accra, Ghana. He's a mathematician. You have Ishaya Joel, who is an investigation officer from Anambra State. Talkware Security Manager, Florence Teacher Rivers, Mercy from Kaduna, Bumi, Human Resource. I've not seen anyone's LinkedIn profile link. Please go ahead to put that. Very, very important. Olani, Electrical Engineer, God's Will, Front Engineering, Uchena, Security System Engineer, working with Chevron. Anna, she's an HR from a fintech company. Lisa, storekeeper. Thank you so much for putting in your LinkedIn profile. Very, very important. There are so many more. Please ensure that you engage. And even when we're done with this particular session, please put in your LinkedIn profile link so that individuals can connect with you and you can get started in potentially building businesses, potentially getting, key decision makers hire you for different roles. Okay. So now that we have gotten that out of the way, I would like to officially kick off today's session. So welcome once again, everyone, to today's session. My colleague Zuliat is going to be sharing the attendance form link. I have a slide that I'm going to be presenting. It's coming up in a bit of a time. So please ensure that you fill in the attendance form. This would be able to avail you the slides. It would also be able to reach out to you. Okay. If you're specifically an individual that has really struggled either with JAPA in terms of, oh, I want to get visa jobs that would take me from Nigeria to the UK to the US, Canada, and you're just confused about the process, or you want to be an individual working in Africa, but working for a company that works remotely, like myself. Trust me, there's a lot of benefits involved. If you want to be either of these set of categories that I've mentioned, please go ahead to fill the attendance form. This is the only way that I can reach out to you, and the only way we can actually have a proper discussion. Okay, so now today's conversation, it is going to be on the AI strategy that will separate individuals and companies in 2026. One thing you need to know is that there is shortage of talent globally, and the demand is very, very high. You might feel like, oh, I don't qualify for a job in the US, in the UK. I thought that same thing 4 or 5 years ago. Why would they pick me? They have individuals that are full-on professionals that are able to do the same thing that I can do. But what can set me apart from the crowd that can actually help me land those global opportunities? And this is where AI can be a game changer for you as an individual to get those companies beckoning on you to be able to join them. Okay, so now let's get into the session properly. If this is your first time that you're joining any session for 10 Analytics or 10 Analytics Business, please just put it 1 in the chat. If it's not your first time, please put 0 in the chat. If it's your first time joining any of our sessions for 10 Analytics, 10 Analytics Business, please put a 1 in the chat. If it's not your first time, please put a 0. I really like to categorize, the individuals on this call before we get into it properly. Okay, so I see a lot of first timers. I would say we have about 80% and a few individuals that this is not their first time. Okay, all right, thank you so much. So I'm going to give a bit of introduction about the company very quick. So what we do as an organization is we try to help individuals land tech roles. When I say tech roles, I'm saying, how can I get global opportunities as a Nigerian, as an African, Ghanaian, whatever African country you are? This is what we classify as success. So how are you able to get these opportunities? First off, you need a particular skill set. And then secondly, you need that experience. Have you ever tried to apply for a global role, Canada, UK, US, and they ask you, do you have Canadian experience, or have you worked with a company in Canada before? You would see that most often than not, you would click no, because you spent your 10 years, 15 years, 8 years working for companies strategically, specifically just in Africa. And this seems like a very big barrier when it comes to global markets, because they don't rate your work experience here in Africa. They feel like it doesn't translate into how they work there overseas. Okay, so this is something that we've seen is a gap for individuals that are looking to travel, for individuals that are looking to get good opportunities, and we sort of closed that gap. We have a lot of testimonials showing individuals, if you stayed from the start, you would see a lot of testimonials of individuals that are here in Africa that have gotten jobs on a global scale. Okay, and then you also have individuals that are in the diaspora, Africans in the US, UK, that are struggling, who are care workers, who are over 60 years of age, and have been able to get very good opportunities where they are. And this is not just by word of mouth, this is by training them, giving them the necessary employability skills, and guiding them on the steps of how to land these roles. And this is what we do here in 10 Analytics Business. Okay, so now let's get into the session proper. So this webinar is built for different categories of individuals, okay? And I'm not going to call you out and say, oh, if this fits you, raise your hand. You know your heart of hearts if it fits you, and if it doesn't fit you, that's fine as well. This webinar is built for 72% of employers can't find the AI talent that they need, okay? So a lot of individuals or companies at the moment are looking for individuals that are able to make use of AI to make their process faster, make it smoother, and also be able to do it on time, okay? But now there is a shortage of those type of individuals. Every day you hear, you need to learn AI. You need to know how to do this. You need to know how to do things related to artificial intelligence. But at the end of the day, How many people can successfully use AI tools? And I'm not saying ChatGPT, I'm not saying Claude, I'm not saying the basic AI tools. I'm saying AI tools that fit into the description of the particular job you're working as. If you're working as a cybersecurity specialist, ChatGPT, Claude AI is not the solution you need. There are AI tools specifically for cybersecurity professionals, so as the healthcare professionals, so as marketing professionals, sales professionals. So if you're able to understand the specific AI tools that fit into your niche, then you're able to get a global role. Okay, so now you have 72% employers that are looking for this particular AI talent. Okay, so now 67% get higher pay just by attaching AI skills to their role. And I am a true testament of that. In project management, I'm not going to give you like a round figure. If you are just working as a basic level project manager, okay, you can get any salary between 2,000 to 6,000 USD per month. That's your starting salary. Okay. But now, if you move up to an AI project manager, you're getting nothing less than 4,000 to 8,000 USD per month. Okay, this is like on the very basic level. And tell me the difference between a typical project manager and an AI project manager. The AI project manager is making use of AI assisted tool. I make use of Jira, Asana, Trello. But now in all those basic tools, they also have AI assisting them. So I'm not going through the basic process. I'm basically doing it a lot faster and I'm getting paid more. Okay, it is not from human intelligence. My human intelligence is just guiding and prompting the tool, but the money is being made because I know how to use the tool. And someone that would painstakingly create an entire Gantt chart is earning far lesser than me who just type a few words. Oh, I'm looking to create a Gantt chart for this particular project. And AI goes ahead to build. They pay me more. Do you understand? So now 67% of individuals that has AI knowledge are earning higher than their counterparts that do not have. Okay. Then in 41 countries, there are already a very strong shortage. Individuals come to me and be like, oh, Treasure, I've tried applying to the US, the UK, Canada. I've been getting rejection. But what about countries in Europe? What about countries like Spain? What about countries like Italy? Yes, most of them speak a certain particular language, but they are looking for individuals who speak English that can still make use of this AI project management. And then you also have your salary package just as their counterparts in the US and the UK. So sometimes you don't need to look at the high level where everybody's tripping, oh, US, oh, Canada. What about Australia? There are some countries that they don't have that influx of talent coming in every single time. This is where I want to apply to. But you're earning in euros. Euros is stronger than the US dollars. Okay. And nobody really cares where you work as far as you're paid, it's a legitimate work and you are paid in hard currency. So if you are struggling and trying to force yourself into the US market, this is for people who are looking to get remote opportunities. There is already a huge crowd there. But even in the US market, there are still roles that are available. Okay, so individuals also struggle and go for the high level organizations, the fully established organizations. These are the organizations they want to get into. But you forget that there's that startup company that has just gotten an investor, that has gotten investment to build whatever project that you're looking to build. And then instead of you looking at those, you're going to the bigger ones to be able to, get the high pay. You want to be getting 180,000 USD. Start small. Okay. And even that small is not small, because if you do 2,000 USD to Nigerian currency, you're almost looking at 2 to 3 million naira. Even some individuals that has worked 15, 20 years have not gotten 2 to 3 million naira at a go. So you need to think strategically, because at the end of the day, if you get that job and the startup company grows, you grow with it, and so does your salary. So instead of you waiting for the 180K USD salary, why don't you start with the one that is easily available to you? Okay, so if you are here with me so far, I would really like you to give me a thumbs up. If you are here so far, you can hear me loud and clear. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, is that only Doris? We have Wisdom, we have Ubong. We're over 60 plus on the call. I would love to see a lot more thumbs up. Okay, we have Joy. Okay, Magdalene. Okay, I still have a lot more people. Please ensure that you fill the attendance form. That is the only way I can reach out to you. I can speak to you personally and say, oh, what are the things that you are facing? And as your own specific career, because I can't mention everybody's career, as a HR professional, how can I strategically land AI roles? Okay, so now let's move on. So if this fits into you in this call, you are students, you just recently graduated, that's the best time to get started. I, fresh out of school, I went to Uniben, fresh out of school, even while I was in school, I structurally looked at, oh, what would I be able to do before I leave this school? How can I get my first paying job? You don't have to wait to get your certificate for you to start working. And with the way the country is, you need to put yourself out there. Sometimes you're going to make mistake. You might not find the audience, but as you are making mistake, you are learning. It is very, very important that you learn, you make your mistake at an early stage. Because if you wait until later on in life and say, oh, it is when I now have a full-on role or when I finish NYSC, I'm so sorry for you. The job market is hot right now, okay? You have fresh graduates coming out of the university every other year. And then the job market cannot sustain the individuals. So instead of you waiting till that time before you get into the job market, I would implore you to start making strategic move. Even if it's 200K role now that you would get, it would help you understand how to prepare yourself for when you're fully done with school, okay? Then the other set of individuals we have are job seekers, okay? You are unemployed at the moment. You are looking for a job. Funny story I like to tell people is, even as I've been able to get jobs that pay really well, I'm not slacking. I'm not saying, oh, I'm comfortable. This is the end of the end. No, I'm constantly looking for job. I used to tell my friends that I'm constantly checking if my certificate, sorry, my CV is still hot in the market, if I'm still hot, if they would still chase me. Okay? Because you continuously need to improve and see, oh, if everything should go south, do I have a plan B? Okay, so for job seekers, you constantly need to keep checking. Even if you have a fully best of the best jobs, you can still improve on that. Okay, so if you're a job seeker, we're also going to show you how you can apply for roles, what are the things you need to do, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then if you are a working professional, just like I mentioned, don't say because you have a very good job that would be your be all end all process. That job that is paying you 500K and you feel like, oh, I'm doing good. There is someone out there that is earning over 10 million naira monthly. And if you do 10 million naira in USD, you're looking at about what, 7,000 USD. And this person is not a software developer. I hate that myth that people tell me, oh, it's only developers, guys in software that earn this amount. No, these are healthcare professionals, but they are able to make use of AI in their process. So you can basically earn a lot more. And then you're looking at, oh, I want to move my family. If you want to move your family, there are other ways to get it done. Okay. So you can also go through the expressway, the pathway, you get your visa, you get a visa job. Okay. That would fully sponsor you and your family. There are ways to achieve this. Okay. Then the next one we have entrepreneurs. You just set up a business, you're looking to set up a business, you don't know how to go about it. I promise you, you're about to make a very big mistake if you don't impute AI into your process. Okay, to build a business, to set up a business, there are root issues that a lot of people do not tackle from the start. And then it's now, oh, when I've used 5 years before I start to see the problems or the cracks. So if you infuse AI into your process, you're going to be spending less. Your expenses are less. You might not need certain roles because AI handles all of that. Your finances, your operation, your marketing, even handling your social media. You can outsource to AI and then you are spending what? $5 instead of paying somebody 300K. This is something that can help your business cut costs. And at the end of the day, you and your business will still be very productive. Okay. And then who do we have on here? Freelancers. These are my really good categories. Okay. So you're doing 9 to 5. You run a business. You don't want to say, oh, because I run a business, I don't want to make an extra 1,000, 2,000 USD. Who does money hurt at the end of the day? So for freelancing, this is when you're able to get the AI skill and it's giving you some money. The funny thing is that your some money can even be better than your actual salary. This is what goes into freelancing, okay? And then who do we have here? I think these are the major individuals that I would say are in this room, okay? So now, You are here because you know that you deserve more. You're not supposed to be where you currently are at. You've been struggling with it for so long, okay? You've been working in the company for over 5 years. You've never been promoted. You are 60 years of age and you feel like, is this when I want to get started? This is why you're on this conversation, okay? So you're here because of three things, okay? It could be more. You're physically exhausted. If you are living in Lagos, Nigeria, you would know that the past 2 weeks has been absolutely crazy because of flooding. Every time that I see rain falling, I just think about people that work in the bank. I don't know, they're the first people I think about because come rain, come sun, you literally have to be at the bank. No questions asked. Okay, imagine having to swim through floors just to get to your job up. It is very, very stressful. Okay, so you're working long hours, you are giving your be all end all to this particular job, and then you don't feel like you are moving as fast. And even if you are moving as fast, you are going through the cadres, your salary, the financial return does not match it. Okay, so this is one category of individuals. You're also someone that has been showing up, you're giving it your all, but you've never moved. You've never been promoted. And even if you are promoted, they add a measly 50K to your salary. 50K in this economy cannot do anything for anyone. Okay. This is for the Nigerian folks to be specific. Okay. Then you are stuck watching others move. A lot of roles now. Okay, so one thing I like to tell people is Analytics itself also partners with a lot of companies to train. And one of the major training requests, because I handle partnership that we get, is we want AI training for our staff. We want AI training for our staff. And then we also get, oh, we would like you to create a dashboard. We'd like you to create an AI operating workflow that handles what somebody was supposed to be doing. And at the end of the day, they lay off those companies. Okay. So we've partnered with a lot of companies. I'm talking about the likes of Arik Air, MTN, Kuda, what now, Mikano Motors, a lot of companies to carry out training. So this is also tell you that we have industry partners and we know where this AI process is moving towards. So if you feel like, oh, you are stuck in one place and a lot of individuals are moving 10 times, 15 times ahead of you, this is something that we can change based off this discussion. Okay, so now let's get into it. So I guess I need to introduce myself. My name is Treasure. Like I mentioned, I lead the team at Analytics Business and I handle partnerships. I am also a project manager and I have worked with companies in the UK, Canada, travel agency, fintech, health tech companies, work on different projects. And one thing that has really helped me shine is the fact that I know how to make use of AI very swiftly. Okay, so my head of marketing and communication reached out to me. Oh, Treasure, I have a backlog of information I need to work on. I need to send it to the chairman. What am I going to do? She sent me a list, data set, and so on and so forth. I want to present this slide. We're looking to build a hotel in so and so location. How do I go about it? In less than 5 minutes, I was able to create an entire slide. It is very well detailed and so on and so forth. And I sent it back to her. And she was like, Treasure, you're a lifesaver. How do I thank you? I didn't do anything much. I just went straight to Lovable. What do I do before that? She sent me all the information. I sent a message on ChatGPT. Oh, I need a prompt, a detailed prompt that highlights all the specifics. So I prompted ChatGPT to give me a prompt that I'm going to give to Lovable. And then once I got the prompt from ChatGPT, I went straight to Lovable. And I said, Lovable, create this slide. Okay, I just dumped the prompt from ChatGPT to Lovable. And then Lovable created a fantastic slide that even if I had sat down to create it, it's going to take me a lot of time to get it done. And all I did was review the slides, make sure that, oh, AI was not hallucinating when it was creating certain information. And I sent it to her and she was like, Trisha, I've never seen a more detailed slide than this. And I was like, oh, okay, it didn't take me 5 minutes to get it done. And she was like, what did you use? What AI tool did you use to do this? And I explained it to her. It's a very straightforward process. So imagine your head of communication, PR, coming to you for help. And then you spend another 8-9 hours creating a slide for her. You can see where the efficiency productivity level comes in. And this is something that I pride myself in. I tell people AI is supposed to make my work faster. If I can get it done quicker, I will get it done. Okay, so now let's move on to the The next slide, I think I've explained a bit about Tenalytics and what we do. So Tenalytics itself is actually based out of Alberta, Canada, and also London in the UK. And in the last 5 years, we've helped 4,000 people who have no experience in tech be able to land full-on tech roles. Okay, so you might want to tell me that, oh, Churchill, I don't even know how to press a laptop. I'm a pastor, or I've listened to it, I've heard them all. We've moved them that I don't know anything in tech. And then they are now full-on experts at the end of the program. So what we look at is how we can support you, how we can help beginners achieve their goal, okay? And even you are a full-on professional, okay? You are an expert level individual. We support you on so many levels. How do we do it? We look at it from a practical standpoint. One key thing that companies in the UK, US, Canada, Europe all have in common is that they ask you for your portfolio. And funnily, you would say, oh, I've worked, I've created something for, ARB Bank in Nigeria, and I'm sending it to someone in the US. They're not impressed. So we're going to be helping you get Canadian, US, UK, Europe work experience from the comfort of your home. This is basically going to tie back into your portfolio. And then when you're applying for these roles, you have a better chance. Okay. So we have 172 full-time employees that are scattered all over the world. I'm based in Nigeria. We have, colleagues in the US, the UK, in Ghana. We have them all over the world. Okay. And then we have industry experts. We have some people that are working with Google, with NHS. We bring industry experts to be able to guide you through the process. So one thing you need to know is when it comes to professionals, we are not short on that. And if we look at our alumni directory, our current participant directory, if I tell you that we have CEOs, we have HRs of top organizations here, we have, so you can also build a good connection base just based off your participants, the community, the alumni directory, and so on and so forth. So now, we can help you transition into, different programs as the case may be. So the scale of the shortage that we currently have is we have 1.6 million open AI positions globally right now. And there are over 518,000 qualified candidates. You can see that the gap is far wider than the number of people that are able to fill that gap. You want to say that at Treasure, every time that I apply for a job, I don't get called back. Do you know that after the first, I would say I've met a lot of, I won't want to call them lazy, but people who give up after a while. I just applied to 10 jobs and I see automatically, oh, Treasure, you're not moving forward with this role, and automatically I give up. That is not the way to go. Over the course of my life, I am not kidding you, I would have applied to over 10,000 to 15,000 jobs if I combine from when I was in school up until now. And I don't mind. I will keep applying, but I don't apply stupidly. Okay. If I apply once, if I apply twice, if I apply 10 times, I should learn a lesson from each application that refines my application process. Okay. For individuals out there that are applying for roles, right now, I actually created a workflow that helps me with application. So I don't even do it manually. And that is why I can have interviews, let me not exaggerate, like 5 times every month. And I'm saying on a global level, and I'm not saying on from Nigeria, Africa level. Okay. So how do I go about it? I created a workflow. What it basically does is I built what I call my master resume. The master resume has everything that concerns my experience. Like I said, I'm in project management, I'm in partnerships, I've done marketing, I've done sales. This is going to be in one document. That document is over 15 pages long. Okay, so I have that settled one place. Okay, so now I go on my workflow and I state, basically look for any job on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on a different job board, pull it that matches my resume at least 90%. Okay, and it populates on a sheet in the last 24 hours. I typically just apply for a 24-hour role. Since I do it almost on a daily basis, it is effective for me. You can pull as far as 72 hours, 60, whatever the case may be. But that is the trigger for the type of jobs I apply to. Once it has pulled those jobs, it would now go and create a tailored resume It is not the master resume that's 15 pages long, a tailored resume to match each of those jobs that it has picked. And those tailored resume would be about a 90 to 95% match. It populates on another document. All I have to do is just apply. So I don't even need to check the job because I know it is a good match based off the criteria that are given to it. And this is something that can help you. So while I'm sleeping, while I'm awake, this is always populating. Okay, so this is something on a side note that can help you as an individual. So coming back to the gap, like I mentioned earlier, 72% of employers who have over 200 plus staff, they are looking for individuals that have proper AI skills. You would have heard this over and over again. Get AI skills. It is very important. I cannot overemphasize that. You might think it's just a gimmick, but if you have AI skills, you can build workflows that can change the direction of a company. You can help them make more money at the end of the day. And this is why it is very, very important. Please, guys, ensure that you fill the attendance. That's the only way you can get this slide. And that is the only way I can reach out to you. Okay. So now, you can also see that AI roles play 67% more than the traditional tech roles, and it takes 66 days on an average just to fill one AI role. That is 2 months plus for you to be able to fill one AI role. So instead of individuals struggling for this long amount, another person might want to ask me, Treasure, how did you've mentioned a lot of things. How are you able to achieve it? One thing is, I am not a shy person, especially when I have a goal. So if I'm looking for a job, okay, every time that I apply for a job, I don't call it a day and say, oh, Father Lord, do miracles for me. No, I go to get what I want. Most often than not, if you especially apply on LinkedIn, you would see the hiring team. I either send them a LinkedIn message or I send them an email rather. And the email doesn't sound like, oh, hi, I'm looking for a job. Please help me. No, none of that. It is pretty much, I look at the job role. What is something that is lacking in the organization? And I create what I like to call a value added document, attach it and tell the hiring person, oh, I basically found this. I have a solution that I would love to discuss further with you. You can let me know your next 10, 15 minutes. We have a call, and then, whatever I want to build from that will build. And just to show them how serious I am, I typically add a demo video. The demo video can be a minute long. The 15 minutes call is to go into more details of basically whatever solution it is that I've created. And this tends to attract these individuals. The good part, if you send this message to a CEO of a company, the CTO, the CFO, depending on the particular role, and they agree to that meeting, you have done more than 60%, more than any other applicant has done, okay, just to even secure that meeting. So once you secure the meeting, you go above and beyond. Trust me. Okay, more often than not, you do stand a chance compared to others. And if the CEO is referring you to the hiring manager, to the team, the recruiting team, that this person is a good fit, then you stand a better chance. So please just ensure that before you do any of this, your LinkedIn profile, and I like to refer to LinkedIn because that's the social media for professionals, should be up to standard. It should be top notch. I should not be sending that message if I don't have a profile picture, if I don't have a banner, if I don't have, in terms of headlines, project manager, data analyst, whatever title, it should be clearly stated there. Your experience should be stated there. You should post regularly. Your page should be active. Long story short, you don't send that when you have nothing to offer. Because one thing about LinkedIn is that once you send any hiring manager, send any professional that message, they will go straight to your profile. And if your profile doesn't match the type of thing you're sending, that's where the problem is. So ensure that the type of message that you're sending out, it also correlates with your profile. So the first step is to actually clean up your profile. Once you've cleaned up your profile, then you move on to networking. I like to call it the networking aspect. Okay. So if you're here with me so far, this is going to be another check-in. Give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please, this is a very, very interactive session. You can put it in the chat, okay? So if you have questions based on anything I've mentioned so far, I'm also looking at the chat section. I'll be happy to respond to your question as soon as possible. If it's something you're not clear on, if it's something you feel like you want me to reiterate, I can do that, okay? All right, thank you so much, everyone, for the thumbs up. I'm going to move on to the very next slide. So, Jackpot options. I've been talking about remote opportunity because that is what I sort of prefer personally. Trust me, if you're earning in USD and you're in Africa, Nigeria, yes, they take your tax, whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, do plus and minus. You are a Lagos big boy and Nigerian big boy or big girl. But then we have my fellow brothers and sisters who would also prefer to completely leave the country, and then they've also struggled with this. There is also another option for you. So now, in terms of the different location, I try to break it down because I have friends, I have family members who have gone through these different pathways and it has worked for them. Okay, so I'm just gonna highlight them. Whichever one you choose, it would work for you as well. Okay, so I just picked four major ones that I've seen individuals or maybe close family and friends talk on. The very first one is Canada. Okay, so for Canada, you can go through the express entry, but before you do all of that, you know that first off, you need to have a sizable amount of money saved up because none of these pathways are without financial commitment. So just have that at the back of your mind. You want to take a screenshot of this, whatever you want to do. The better way will be for you to fill out the attendance form so you have the entire slide and you can refer back to it whenever you need to. Okay, so for Canada individuals, you need to have a bachelor's degree, a diploma, especially if you are going through the skilled work experience aspects. Okay, the very next critical part, and I think okay, yeah, majorly for Canada itself, is you need to get your English proficiency test. So whether you're looking at IELTS or you're looking at CELPIP, that would work for you as well. Most importantly, proof of funds. You're looking at nothing less than 15, 16 million naira in your account. So that is why I say if you want to go through the JAPA route, one of the key things is funding to go through the process end to end. If you have a family member that's already there, it makes it a whole lot better. The visa job opportunities, I've also attached the link to the job boards there that you can apply to different visa jobs. And if you get them, everything moves on a faster level, a faster wavelength for you. Okay, this is for Canada. For the UK, you're looking at skilled work visa, global talent visa. I had about two friends that traveled between January and April, if I'm not mistaken, based off the global talent visa. You would need to prove that you are worth the country itself taking over you as a professional to work in that country. Okay, so you need to get a job offer from a UK licensed sponsor. It's very similar to Canadian process. You also need to have an eligible occupation, English ability, language goes across each of them. So if you have your IELTS, I've forgotten the other one, it's not just coming to me now. IELTS, it is going to be for at least 2 years. Okay, so for 2 years, you have the opportunity to try this process end to end. Then you also need to be getting a salary that meets the required threshold. So for the global talent visa, if you don't have a job offer, there's going to be a serious issue. Okay, so you also need to demonstrate that you are an exceptional talent. For those individuals that have been able to build communities, that maybe do environmental things or youth development things, but you also need to show that you have key skills. You need to be an exceptional individual, exceptional leader for them to consider you. So this is something you'll be looking on the global talent skill. Then for Germany, you need to be able to speak their language. And I've attached the link to all these different processes. So if you're looking for the UK and everything from the official website, I have attached it to the slide. So you can see the different job roles on my screen. Even if it's menial jobs, property housing manager, garage manager, hairdressing, waste disposal, betting. It doesn't really matter what you currently do, okay? Because you already have those that are skilled, medium skilled, or those that don't have all I call them like laborers situation. Yes, you also have all of them stated here. Okay, so the next one we have is from Germany. Germany, you need to have a key degree, you need to have proper language ability, and then proof of funds. One thing in this jackpot situation, maybe that's why I'm not very much affected to it, but individuals that want to travel is you need to have money. Money is the key aspect of getting it. Okay. And then you also have Germany, where you need your degree, you need to speak the German language, and then you have your proof of funds. We can support you and give you like detailed step-by-step process on how to achieve any of those countries. Okay. We've helped a lot of individuals get visa jobs, fully sponsored jobs, okay, from Africa to be able to land roles all over the world. Okay, so we'll be able to assist you on this end to end, tell you what you need to do. Because in as much as people want to travel, some even have the money, but they don't know specifically, one, do I need to have what documents do I need, what process do I need? We can help you, excuse me, all throughout this process. Okay, so in Ireland itself, you are looking at a minimum salary of 40,904 pounds. So this also happens on the EU aspect. You have 50,700 euros and then 49,000 euros for the basic salary levels that you're going to be getting. And this is on a yearly basis. Okay. So now, I've been saying that we've helped a lot of individuals. Now I want to show you, okay, because it is all talks, but really want to show you that we've done this for quite a number of individuals and we can also do it for you. So we have Ahmed. So for Ahmed, he joined our data analytics program. He was able to get a full-on job with NHS as a health informatics support worker. One thing to know is this person has never done anything healthcare related. It is pretty much in the finance space. But after going through the program, he was able to get a full-on role with the NHS. And do you know what really helped him? The fact that we gave him a referral. You know, I mentioned earlier when I was talking about analytics that it is based in the UK and is also based in Canada. What that does for you is once you go through the program, even in the next 5, 6, 7 years, you finally land that role. Okay, you can come back and we'll give you a referral. Why is this important? The UK, US, Canadian individuals or companies don't care about your Nigerian experience. They want to know that your referee, your experience is also coming from a global organization. So this is where we come in. When you get into the program or when you decide to go through the process, one of the key things we tell you is put on your LinkedIn, put on your CV or your resume that you are consulting for analytics for the duration of your program and even when you are done. Why is this important? Because first of all, it is going to get you a leg into your particular job of choice. And once you start going through the background check process, we can always offer you this different referee as well as the different reference as well as experience. Okay, so if you're doing 8 months, 6 months of experience with us, you already stand a chance to actually land a job role. And this helps you far more than any certification can. Okay, so we are able to help Ahmed land a full-on NHS role. If you know NHS, it is very, very common in the UK. Okay, the next person that we have is Zulia. Zulia was able to join our business analysis program. She got a job in the NHS as a project officer. We're also able to provide her this reference. Like I said, this is one of the key things. They would ask you for experience. They'll also ask you for reference. You might go as far as the final stage. And if you don't have this specific reference, they would move on to the next person. And it is so hurtful. Imagine going through 5, 6 stages of interview. And then when it now comes to them actually giving you a job, they say, oh, you don't actually work. You've never worked in a company in the US and the UK. Oh, sorry to say, we would have to move this over to somebody else. It would hurt you to your bone marrow. So this is something that will also help alleviate that process. Okay. Then the next one we have is Ade. Ade joined our Agile Project Management program and he was able to get a job in the NHS as a senior projects manager. Okay. Then we also have Olusegun. Olusegun was also able to get a remote job. He's actually based in Nigeria. In Canada, the same month he completed this program. Okay, so Olusegun was an operation manager who was basically working for a logistic company in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, so his background is actually in finance. Okay, he joined our program, the AI automation program, in November of 2025, and by January of 2026, he finished. Not only did he finish, he was able to get a role that same month. Okay, so one thing I like to tell people is certificates all fine and good, beautiful. But at the end of the day, I registered for a program to get the certificate, but at the end of the day, to also improve my financial status. And this is what we really like to do. What we define as success is not giving you certificates. Please and please, I like to state, if you want to get a certificate, you need a flashy certificate. There are 1,001 edutech companies to get it from. If you are looking for how can I get a remote global opportunity, even an opportunity here in Nigeria, Africa that pays really well, then this is where you need to be. Okay, because that is what we classify as you being successful in the program. Okay, so in January of 2026, he was able to land a remote job with a company in Canada as a full-on AI automation engineer. In April 2026, he has now gone on to showcase and set up his own consultancy. He is now a full-on AI automation consultant. He has his own company end-to-end that is handling AI automation. So not only is he making money from his job, he has also been able to create opportunities for other people. And this is basically what we preach in this particular program. Okay, so if you want to be able to watch the YouTube video, once you get the slide, please, it is very important that you fill the attendance. Just click on watch and you have access to it. Okay, so you can see, if you go on LinkedIn, type his name, you'll be able to see this. If you want to screenshot, ask him questions, you can go ahead to do that. Okay, so now we also have a lot more individuals. We have Frank. Okay, because someone might tell me, oh, Treasure, you're showing 2025, 2025. What happens in 2026? Okay, that is why I moved from a trend from 2025 to 2026. Frank joined our generative AI program in November 2025. He was able to complete his program in February of 2026. He got a job with a UK-based company in June of 2026. Okay, one thing to also know is that it might not happen immediately. Okay, it might not be the Olusegun situation where you started and you ended and you got them. This is, I would say, like 6 months later. But then there is a process that works, and every single step we are going to be following you up. Okay, what we would state as success is, oh, you've been able to get a job. So if you're not able to get a job, it is a stain on our name. Okay, so that support, that community, you want your facilitator to check in on you. Oh, why didn't you attend class? Oh, why haven't you done this project? Why haven't you done this? If you want that baby handling, this is where we give it to you. Okay, if you're someone that, oh, you work on projects and you don't even get corrections, your project just goes down the drain. No, one thing about EdTech companies that I've gotten to see, because I've taken quite a number of courses, is they give you capstone projects. They just call you. They don't tell you what you need to improve on. They don't tell you how can it be better, how can it be a global standard, or how can it meet a global standard. That's not what we do at all. What we do is making sure that for every mistake you get corrections, you have a better way of being improved on end to end. Okay, so this is what we're able to do for Frank. Guide him through the process. He had series of interviews, some first stage interviews, second stage, final stage. Imagine getting to the final stage just between you and somebody else, and you didn't get the job until he was able to land his own job. This is basically the support system that we provide in this particular company. Okay, so Frank is a fresh graduate who is currently serving in Rivers State when he was doing his training in analytics business. Okay, his background was in education. He joined Analytics Business Generative AI for Data Analytics program in November 2025, and then he was able to complete it in February 2026. In June 2026, he landed his first role, the very first one. I tell you, students, fresh graduates, coppers, this is the time to go into the market and hustle as hard as possible. Okay, so in June 2026, he landed his first role in Anambra State with a UK-based company. The UK-based company is trying to bring in the innovation of solar-powered mobile vehicles into the state. He is now working as a data survey analyst officer. Okay, so now he's helping the company move and innovation further, not just for the company in the UK, but for his home country, his home state in Anambra State as well. So this is basically what AI can do for you. Imagine you're working for a UK-based company, you're earning in pounds. That is among one of the highest currency available. This is something that AI can help achieve for you. Please, I know I've been speaking for a while. If you have any questions, at any point, put it in the chat. I'm still looking at the chat section. If you're not clear, for those who have their hand raised, if it's a question, please put it in the chat so you don't forget, and then I can respond as soon as possible. Also, please ensure that you're filling in the attendance form. It is very, 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 very important. I can't reach out to you if I don't know who you are. Okay? So now let's move on. The truth is, by 2030, 92 million, I'm not saying one, I'm not saying two, I'm not saying five, I'm not saying 30, 92 million jobs will be displaced by 2030. And this is not by me, this is not by Treasure. If you want to read this, go to the World Economic Forum Future of Job Report 2025. The same report says that there will be 170 million new roles that will come up. Okay, and these are majorly going to be AI focused programs. Or sorry, AI, so I was reading the chat. These are going to be AI focused roles. Why? Because AI is the future. You cannot be scared of artificial intelligence. You cannot stay where you are and say, oh, I basically want to continue using my old Excel sheet to be able to clean data, to analyze data, to build dashboards. It's going to take you 2 weeks to get that done. When somebody who is 5 years lower to you in rank is building a superb dashboard in less than 5 minutes. Trust me, you have spent 20 years for the company. No company is loyal to their staff. Don't take it like that, okay? Everybody does what's best for them, and so does a company, okay? So this is basically what we will show you in the course of the program. For individuals that are asking, how long is the program? How is the AI HR program like? I'm also going to discuss that further down the slide. So just stick with me. I'm almost there. I'm almost done wrapping up with the whole session. Okay, so we have certain programs or certain jobs that are at risks without AI, and then we also have those that have been transformed by AI skill. So what programs or what roles are at risk? Data entry and filing. I don't think we have a data entry officer, currently at the moment. We don't have one anymore because AI can basically do this in seconds, in short, in milliseconds. Okay. So if you still do this, trust me, you are going to be struggling at the end of a couple of years. Worst case scenario. We now have them as AI automation specialists. And who is an AI automation specialist? So for the AI automation specialist, it basically looks at roles that are outdated. When I say outdated roles, I'm talking about these data entry roles. So if you're looking at outdated roles, AI automation looks at things that people do every single day that is stressful, that is repetitive, that is monotonous. If you're in marketing or sales, what are the things you do? You're sending out emails, you're calling individuals. What if there's someone that has the sound of your voice that is speaking to customers and based off, the database, it is basically able to respond to the customer like it is you? Do you think I would still need to hire you that would ask me to pay you 300K salary for someone or something or a work? This is something that AI has done. Okay, you can have it respond to your customers on Instagram. And I'm not saying the funny looking Instagram messages that you see. Okay, you have Instagram bot that is fully knowledgeable about your entire product, your customers' response, and so on and so forth. The next probable AI skill that has issues is basic accounting. Accountants, you go ahead to get your different certifications and you feel like you're on top of the world. Trust me, there is something that is gunning for your role. If you are an accountant, a financial accountant, okay, you go to ICANN, you get your certification. I basically heard this, I'm not sure about it. Even if you miss one course in the entire ICANN, exam that you're doing, you have to resit it. It is very hurtful. So imagine having to go through ICANN process for about 5 years trying to get your certification, and at the end of the day, you are basically replaced by an AI data analyst. Wouldn't it hurt? You're someone that is able to do financial modeling, financial forecasting, and I have an AI data analyst that does your exact same role in a short amount of time. It is more accurate. Who do you think I would pick? Okay, so the next one we have is administrative tasks. Somebody that will tell you, for this particular role, for this particular person, HR, this is what you need to do. Operation analyst, this is what you need to do. You have an AI business analyst that can create a fully functional running system of work for individuals. Everybody knows how this basically runs. For yourself as a pastor, I've had a pastor join my clarity session that asked me, "Oh, Treasure, how do I use it?" In terms of even preparing your sermons, you can use AI to prepare your sermons. You might feel like it is, a bit too much. You can have it review the sermons that you give. Another thing is for first timers that come to your church. One thing I know is for them to follow up, you would have data of over 1,001 people. But what if you could automate that process? That you have your AI to check in on your first timers and how to bring them back to church, what the process looks like. It runs through AI. It does the follow up for you every single day. Okay. On the administrative level, in terms of managing the accounting aspect of things, people pay tithes, people pay offerings, people pay first fruits, whatever they pay. If you want to create a particular project, okay, you want to build another church and it's going to cost you 10 million naira. For you to know how much you need to get 10 million naira, where you currently are at, what are the different things you are going to buy, all of that created in a document without having to manually type or do anything. You can use AI for that, okay? Even in streaming, a lot of churches right now stream online, okay? You want to be able to stream your different, sermons that you have on a weekly basis. You can use AI for that, okay? You want to be able to create videos, okay, that's able to convince individuals of how amazing the Lord is. You can use AI to do that. This is just off the top of my head. There are a lot more that you can build and do with AI, okay? I don't know if that answers your question, Philip. So now we also have report generation. You can use AI to build reports. I'm so sorry for you guys that build dashboards, build reports. Do you know that you can build a report that is automated, that is updated every single day? If you're in the bank, you need to know when a transaction is done every minute. If you want it to be done every minute, you want that report to be updated every single day, AI can do that. And at the end of the week, you have a fully generated report. This is something that AI can do. And then instead of you having to start building your report every time that management is asking for it, AI has already achieved that for you. Okay, so this is something that AI can do. Even customer service now, you can use an AI project manager to handle it. So if you handle these things, please beware. I have a very top organization, a fintech company, reach out to me. That was on Tuesday. She said, "Oh, Treasure, I want to train my team, the customer service and marketing team, on how to make use of AI to help with their customer relations, okay? To be able to manage customer data, for them to be able to make decisions based off their customer information, okay? This is a very top organization here in Africa requesting for this. So are you as an individual going to say that you don't want to learn? You don't want to be able to make use of these things? Trust me, they would sweep you out of the organization and pick someone that understands the process. Okay, so let's move on quickly. If we're looking at these different roles, I know someone already asked me on the HR aspect. There are key things that we look at on AI. We don't just go about picking relative cost that doesn't have headway. We look at the ones that you can get good money from. Okay, so for the AI data analyst, you're earning 2,000 to 5,000 USD per month. These are real information. AI business analyst, 1,800 to 4,500 USD every month. AI automation specialist, 2,500, 6,000 USD every month. For content, the creatives, you are making 1,500 to 3,500 USD every month. AI project manager, 2,000 to 4,800. I'm calling money. I think I should be saying this thing in Naira. You are earning almost 3 million to 6 million every month. This is earning over 2 million to 5 million every month. This is earning over 3 million to 7 million naira every month. This is earning over 2 million to 4 million every month. This is earning over 3 million to almost 5 million. So if you're putting it in perspective, you know how much that can change you and your family's life. Okay, so in 2024 to 2027, there was a very minimal knowledge of AI skill, but now the AI skill talents are earning 3 to 5 times more every individual that are basically having the same level of skills. Okay, so from 2027 to 2029, that market will fill up. I remember when cybersecurity started, a lot of individuals did not know what cybersecurity was about. Some people started to learn as quickly as possible to get in on it. Now cybersecurity is slowly filling up. And this is going to happen to a lot more programs. Okay. So in 2030, AI skills will become a baseline. It will no longer become a differentiating factor. So now that the skill is very much hot in the market, okay, this is the best time to grab it, to learn it, to get a job in it, not waiting till when it is now every other skill. It's just like telling your company or telling someone you're trying to hire that you must know how to make use of Excel or you know how to make use of Microsoft Office, because that is no longer important. It is now a regular. AI will get to a point that it's just become a regular. So now individuals need to act today so that people will be able to study them in the next 10, 15 years. Okay. So the people who act today will be the people others study for the next 10 years. Do you want to be the same regular individual, or do you want to make a change? Okay, this is where AI comes in. So now, how did Frank learn? I'm going to go through this quickly because I've mentioned it over the course of my explanation. So the best way to learn is two ways. You learn from project-based role, you learn by doing. Watching videos are great, but you need to be able to do the real work for you to be able to learn. This is a project focused type of role. So this is what you need to be focusing on. Okay. And then you need to showcase your work. It is funny that people that sell clothes, even on WhatsApp, you see their status, they are like beads every single day. They keep showing you that, oh, I'm selling clothes. If you want to buy clothes, trust me, the first signal your brain gets is for those individuals. And this applies to different roles. If you don't showcase your work, nobody knows that you're doing what you're doing. Nobody is reading your mind. Nobody's living your life. This is why you need to showcase your work very, very regularly. So while you are learning, and what we do in analytics is that every single week, you are going to be working on a particular project. This is to build your skill base. This is to build your knowledge base. And at the end of the day, we basically practically force you to showcase that project on your page. We've had students that recruiters reached out to them because they displayed a particular workflow. Okay. So this is something that we encourage you to do. So how did he gain foreign work experience? This is how he was able to do it. So for Frank himself, he was able to get that experience through the projects we work in class. The project-based learning are from real organizations, okay? So if I'm telling you, create a dashboard for a fintech company in the US, we'll specify the name, we'll specify the case study end to end. So it is like you are working for that company. Okay, so the next thing we also did is we'll show the evidence of work like I earlier mentioned. So how did Frank also apply to these different jobs? Because it is great that, he was able to achieve this goal, but where was he able to see the roles that he applied to? The first place to apply, you have roles like Outlier. We have job boards like Job Getter, Micro One, Visa Jobs HQ. We have Hanham, you have built-in remote rocketship, and then UK visa jobs. Okay. We also have some special job boards that we have as a company in analytics business. We'll give you access to that once you're able to register for the program. You see that you don't see LinkedIn here. LinkedIn is great, but it is now overly crowded. And if you're looking for specific type of roles like visa jobs, you might not find a lot of them on LinkedIn. So if you want other platforms that doesn't have as much of a crowd, this is the best place for it. Okay. So now we're also able to give him the reference letter, like I mentioned. This is something that helped him land those roles. These are all the different reference letters. Okay. So I'm going to clear up some myths that I've heard so far. Someone will tell me that, oh, Treasurer, I don't have any tech experience. Can I use AI like this? Absolutely. And do you know why? You already have 50% of what you need to be able to make that role, to be able to make that job. You are an HR professional, you're a business analyst. The only thing is to get the AI skill for you to now become an AI business analyst, an AI marketing professional, as the case may be. So we want to take you from where you currently are, a business person, a marketing professional, to the very next stage. Okay. So you don't need to be a tech person to win with AI. You just need to be smart, willing to learn, and go through the skill phase. This is how you are able to land a job opportunity. Okay. So you don't need to have a computer science degree. You don't have an engineering science degree, none of that. You can come from a non-tech background I use myself as an example. I started with healthcare. Do this platform work from Nigeria? Absolutely, they do. If you want a screenshot, we can send you the link. Just make sure that you fill the attendance form. I will send you the slides. Okay. So you don't need a computer science degree. Myself, I'm coming from healthcare, nursing, and right now I'm in project management. They don't relate. I've seen someone move from accounting to healthcare data analyst. They don't relate. So you can come from whatever background that you currently have, and then you are able to move into the AI aspect of things or the tech aspect of things. Okay. So the programs that we offer are not designed for rather they are designed for people with non-technical backgrounds. If you have technical backgrounds, great. But if you're coming from a market woman, if you're coming as you don't need any level of expertise, okay, for you to be able to get into this program. The AI tools does not need heavy lifting. Okay, the AI tools do the heavy lifting for you. You are basically going to be guiding the AI tools to meet your goals and objectives. And this is why the very foundational course we teach is prompt engineering. Okay, so the very next thing is I need to know how to code. Every time I get this, I laugh because you don't need coding. Okay, 6 out of the 7 programs that we offer, except the AI for software and website development, they basically make use of drag and drop tools. Okay, the AI code assistant is basically what is writing the code for you. You are not doing anything coding. Okay, this is going to take you from I've never done anything AI tech related for you building websites. I've built a website and all I did was make use of Replit. I just typed in Replit what I wanted the website to do, and at the end of the day, it's a fully functional website. Okay, then I said it so many times. You cannot be too old or you're just starting your career. That's why I don't know. The youngest enrolled student we have is 19, and it's because we said, oh, we don't want 13, 14. I've had someone tell me, oh, I want to get my children registered in this. We don't offer the same type of program because the program that we offer still looks at employability skills. So it's more tailored to students, fresh graduates, working professionals, people that are looking to get jobs. Okay, the oldest we have is 52. So this AI skills does not have any age barrier. You want to tell me that, oh, I don't think I can catch up with my colleagues because I'm too young or too old. We help you with specific classes. After the main class, you can have remedial classes just to help you catch up. One thing that we can do is AI can basically tell us the different types of learners that we have. Okay, so based off that, we can create specific teaching plans for these individuals. So you can see how tailored it is to you as a person, so you don't feel left out of the classroom process. Okay, so you don't have any age barrier on this. We also have different individuals. We have teachers, because someone will tell me now that Treasure, you'll be mentioning HR analyst, business analyst. I'm just a teacher. So how we moved from classroom teacher to healthcare data analyst. That is why I said your background does not matter. If you have the willingness to learn, the patience to make mistake, the willingness to also take corrections, then you are good to go. Okay, so we have Pavel that was able to learn from the data analytics package. He was able to tailor his CV. He joined every of our mentorship session. He was able to package his portfolio, get prep for multiple interviews, and then apply to multiple opportunities, which helps him land a job in Tucson, Arizona. Okay, so let's just say Arizona. Oh my God, I must be so tired. Arizona, rather. Apologies, everyone. So for you to be able to do this end to end, one thing we'll do is not only train you, we would help you optimize your CV. Then we have mentorship sessions from different individuals that have gotten job opportunities. Then we'll also help you build a portfolio. Okay, every time you get called for an interview, we'll prep you for that interview. Then would also help you apply. I'm not saying give you one CV to apply for 1,000 job roles. You would have different types of CVs. This is something that we can help you with. And once you've landed that job role, we don't just say, oh, bye-bye, you have gotten the job. No, we would guide you through your process. The first 6 months, a year, you can always reach out to us for support. This is something that will also give you during the program. So Bukola also, from needing interview prep to not one, two data roles. She joined the program in 2024 and she was able to build a strong portfolio. We helped her tailor her CV. She joined mentorship sessions. She got prepped for multiple interviews, and then she was able to apply for job roles consistently. Okay. And then by the end of 2025, she was able to get two roles, one as a business analyst and the other one as a data business analyst. Okay. So now you can start today. Okay. Please bear with me. I'm going to be wrapping up very, very soon. The different programs that we talked about, someone asked, oh, what is the HR analytics aspect of things? These are the programs that we have. For AI for data analytics, instead of you going through Excel, Power BI, SQL, thank you very much, Melody. The prepping part is very, very important. Trust me, every time that you have an interview, all you need to do is book a session with your facilitator. If you want to book 3, 4, 5 sessions because you want to feel confident, yes, we'll do that. And the good thing is we've had different types of sessions with different companies, with different individuals. So we know typical questions that they ask, and then we can guide you on that process. Okay. So now, for generative AI for data analytics, if you've never done anything data analytics, or you've done something and want to be able to learn more, we can help you from the foundational aspect to making you a full-on AI data analyst. So we'll teach you things as simple as what is data, types of data, difference between data analytics and data analysis. You get all of that. Then we now start to move into generative AI. What does generative AI mean? It means AI to generate, AI to build. For the data analyst, you're looking at building dashboards, you're looking at building reports. Trust me, to clean your data, imagine you are doing end of year reports and you have 16 departments and they mess up their data. You have to now successfully put that in order before you now create your pivot tables, before you create your dashboards, you make it interactive. It could run up to 2 weeks. Okay, but what if you could create an entire dashboard in less than 15? I'm not saying 20, I'm not saying 30, 15 minutes. This is what generative AI can do for you. And even your basic tools like Microsoft Excel, Power BI, and so on and so forth, they are AI assisted tools, okay, that can help you navigate your process faster. Okay, this is something that would also show you. We can also show you how to do AI automation as an AI data analyst, whether to build reports, whether to write codes. Instead of you looking at writing your codes for SQL, AI can help you do this. One thing to note is that every single week, because this program runs for 8 weeks, that's 2 months, every single week you're working on a project. So it is not come and watch videos, it is work on project. If you're looking at my screen, you can also see the different tools you're working with. There's N8N, there's Julius AI, Bricks AI, Zebra AI, Quadratic AI. There are AI tools for each program. The next one we have is AI for business analysis and project management. Okay, so if you have a business or you're setting up a business, and in the last 5 years, or let's say in 2024, your business made 5 million naira in profits. 2025, you made 3 million naira in profits. It is 2026. You cannot go from 5 to 3 to 1 million in 2026. You are looking on how to improve your revenue. You can use AI to revolutionize your entire operation. Okay, you need to do root cause analysis. You need to do comparative analysis between these different shares. You need to do a trend analysis, and this can be done with AI. Okay, so basically what is going to be done is we're going to find out what the issue is. It is a finance issue. Is it an operational issue? Is it a people's issue? This is something that AI can help you with. And then if you're looking to set up a business, you need to make sure that you have the right audience. You need to do your feasibility study. You need to make sure that you're going to generate revenue at the end of the day. How can you cut costs but still be productive? This is where AI can help you in business analysis. Okay. Then the project management. This is a 2-for-1 course. Okay. Project management end. Projects are typically supposed to be short. Okay. They have an end goal. They have a budget. They have a scope. Your main goal is to make sure that your project is on time, it is within scope and within budget, and you have the entire project life cycle. AI can help you with these projects from start to finish, whether you are planning your project. Funny thing is that this life itself is a project, your wedding is a project. AI can run your project from start to finish. And instead of you delivering your project in 6 months that you promised, you can deliver in 5 months, in 5.5 months, and then your project is running smoothly. Okay, this is the different AI tools. There's Perplexity, Jira AI, and so on and so forth. Then for my HR professionals, because I know someone asked this question, HR analytics is a subset of data analytics that focuses on people and HR data. For my HR professionals, you're going to be benefiting three things. The first one is from the recruitment perspective. You want to hire individuals. I know because I've hired, and the multiple of you on this call also know that to put up a job offering, you can have over 1,000 people apply for one job. Do you want to sit down and review 1,000 resumes? This is something that AI can do for you. You can have that script up just based off the ATS system. You can create an entire workflow. When someone sends in their CV, if you meet your criteria, then the person automatically gets an interview invite. If you ever gotten this email, unfortunately, we're not moving forward with your application. I'm sorry, nobody looked at your resume. It was AI that flinged you out of the process. Okay, so we have AI tools that can help with your entire recruitment process. Then, in terms of performance analysis, you want to build dashboards, you want to see attrition rate, you want to know how to set up your appraisals and so on and so forth. You can have AI build a fully functional dashboard for you. Then finally, you can build your own HRIS system for your organization. Okay, this is a system that has to do with everything HR, whether the staff information, whether appraisal, whether discipline, anything you want to be on the HR platform, you can build it and to fully run for your organization. Like I said, this can be a differentiating factor between different individuals and organizations. Okay, so moving on to the next one. In terms of the classes we have them on Saturdays, live classes 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. West African time, and then we have them on Sundays, self-paced learning on the LMS system. So you basically have the learning timeline in 2 months. So you have 6 weeks learning in class and then 2 weeks of capstone projects. So the 2 weeks is basically going to focus on everything that you have done during the course of the program. And at the end of the day, what you are able to learn. This is basically what you'll be doing end-to-end for this particular program. So now we also have the other set. This is for corporate individual. If you're a creative, this is also going to work very well for you. Like I mentioned, AI automation engineering, you are looking at automating your different processes. So automating includes building bot system, okay? If you've ever sent a message on Instagram and something funny responds to you and say, oh, send in the request that you have, someone will get back to you. That is AI. But I'm not even talking about the shabby chatbot. You can create a very sophisticated bot system that responds to your customer. Okay, if you build a website and you want your website to be fully voice activated, then when someone comes and say, oh, I want to buy a red bag, my budget is 50K. I did not type this, I only said it to the website. And then the website goes ahead to pick out, the options that are available. This is something that can also be integrated into Jumia. It makes the user experience 1,000 times better. Okay, this is something that you can do. You've ever wondered how Siri of the Mac ecosystem functions? Hey Siri, what is the time? And Siri responds to you. You can actually build a voice-activated bot system. Okay, this is something that AI can do for you. AI can create multi-agent system that you can connect to different API, whether Google Drive and so on and so forth. This is what you can have on AI automation. And we have the tools as NA10, ChatGPT, Gemini, Make, and so on and so forth. The next one we have is AI for video content creation. You are a content creator, you run a business, you are looking to get into influencership, or you just want to post more. But your major problem is you don't know what type of content to create, what your content calendar should look like, and so on and so forth. You can use AI. You're looking at me talking to you now, you think, oh, Treasure is speaking to me in real time. But what if this video has been done 3-4 weeks ago? That is something that AI can do. It would look like you, it would sound like you, it would gesticulate like you, but you never sat down to create those videos. This is something that AI can do end to end. Okay, so we can help you set up that. You're always struggling with content, you don't know what to create. You can also have a fully functional content calendar that was created based off the different influencers you want to sort of mimic. You can have that created. This is through prompt engineering. You want to create an entire show, TV, kids show, from start to finish with AI, prompt engineering. You can go ahead to do that. If you notice, like a couple of hours ago, there's this tussle between two key influencer celebrities that were struggling because of a photo that the other person AI generated a face on the other person's body, and it is trending all over Instagram. This is something that AI is doing, and right now is gaining engagement for both parties and every other person that is engaging in it. So AI can go very, very far. In terms of editing your videos, you want to add different sound effects, you want to add different description, you can do that with AI for video creation. Okay, then the final one we have is software development. You want to build a website, but you don't want to write any single line of code. AI software developers, in short, all the 6 courses are high vying programs. I showed that there are different salary packages. You will build the website, you will build the app, and then you are not writing any code. Okay, so you want to create a fully functional website, you can use AI to do this as well. So one thing to know is our programs are on the weekends. You have them Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then Sundays the programs are self-paced. That is going through the learning management system. So now, this 8 weeks program can change your entire career trajectory. How does it do that? Week 1 to week 2, like I mentioned, this is very beginner friendly. We'll look at foundations, okay? Because we are building, okay? We are not just going to jump from point A to point Z. There's a process. We'll go through foundation. The week 3 to week 4, we will build your core skills. From week 5 to week 6, you're going to be focusing on project. Trust me, even from week 1, you're already working on projects. From the foundational aspects, we're building projects. And then week 7 to week 8, we'll go through full-on career launch, clean up your LinkedIn profile, prep you for interviews, refer you for different of our partner organization. This is something we'll do end-to-end for you. So we will also be guaranteeing you live sessions. You're also going to have lifetime access of all the recordings. Every single recordings, you have access to them. The projects are hands-on. You make mistakes, you get corrections, you get graded, you show how you're going to improve on it. Then you also have community members that you can reach out to. Like I mentioned, different people are in the program, so you can always speak to your classmates as well. And then you'll be getting mentorship access from key individuals that have been able to land jobs on a global scale. Okay, so the main question that everybody has been asking me, Treasure, how much is it? Okay, so if you are willing to invest in yourself, invest in your career, and I also have an extra benefit for individuals that do this, especially if you do this now. If you're looking to get into the 8 weeks program, you're looking to get a hands-on real-world project work, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, optimizing your CV, and also being able to optimize your interview, like preparing, these are all the things that you're getting. Helping with your portfolio, your reference, mentorship, that starts on Thursday. Okay, for individuals that register early, we can start giving you access to referrals from individuals that have gotten jobs. These individuals can refer you within the organization, for you to potentially land roles with their company. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, the regular price is 250K. There is a 40% discount that brings it down to 150K. If you're able to secure your slot now as in today, as in right now, instead of you paying 150K, you're just paying 100,000 naira. I'm just saying this for today. After today, once I'm done with this session, I lock it up. Okay, you can either make your payments by paying 100K or you pay 50K deposits and you're able to claim these benefits. Okay, so if you claim these benefits before it's gone, you basically are going to be getting this, and this is reserved for the first 10 people. An extra thing I'm going to be doing is for individuals that are able to register right now, and once you're done registering, please just send the information to Zulias or Janet on the call. If you send them the receipt that you've made payments, then you are good to go. This is for the first 10 people. Once you've made payments and sent receipts, or you could even send it to me directly on WhatsApp, I would also do what I like to call a special mentorship session for you. I would listen to you. What is your background? What do you currently do? How can AI help you from start to finish? What are the things you need to start doing right now to improve, to basically land jobs in the UK? And how can I also help you on your referral basis? These are for individuals that register just this night. Okay. So in terms of how do I go about registering? What am I going to do? What is the next step? Janet has sent the payment link. So if you want to do that, just click on the first link, the programs at the programs at 1096business.io. This is how you basically register. So once you do that, you can see this is the website. Click on any of the program. Click on enroll now. Once you click on enroll now, it is basically going to ask you to set up your account. So I'm going to redo this. I already had this set up, so I'm just going to share this instead. So I'll click on enroll now. Once I click on enroll now, I fill in my details. Then it's going to bring me to this page. It would ask me to choose my payments plan. I click on choose my payments plan. You can choose your cohorts. Okay, so one thing you need to know, somebody might tell me that, oh, Treasure, I'm not able to register now. Oh, well, I'm not able to start in August because the next program is August. You can either choose to register in August or in September. So I can choose to register August or September, but you need to make payments tonight. If you want to benefit everything that I've mentioned, you need to make payments tonight. So if you're making a full payment, instead of you paying this, you are just going to be paying just 100,000 naira at the end of your payments registration. You can also lock in with 50K and pay in 3 installments, and then you are good to go, fully registered for the program. But for that I have just mentioned, I only have 10 slots. You would also be able to get additionally for myself how to go from end to end and build your career from start to finish. Okay, so now for individuals that have any questions or anything you want me to clarify, please just raise your hand and I will take as many questions as I can before we wrap up. So if you have any questions, if there's anything you are not clear on during my entire presentation, please just do that now and we can have a conversation. If you raise your hand, I'm also going to give access to individuals to ask questions, and then I would respond to your questions as soon as possible. Okay, so now I know that I'm also going to get a bit of setbacks. Okay, someone might tell me, oh, Treasure, I don't have time for this. Okay, this session is basically structured for working professionals. Okay, the live sessions are recorded, so you can also learn on your schedule. The classes are on the weekend, and you have thousands of alumni that have been able to fulfill this program with full-time roles. Okay, someone might almost say, I'm not sure that I'm ready. The program is for beginners. I've said this 1,001 times. You don't need to have any tech knowledge. You could be a pastor, a business owner, and still benefit from this. Okay? Another person might tell me, what if it doesn't work for me? Please go and look at thousands of testimonials that we've had. We have graduates from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and so on and so forth. And then the career activation system is basically getting results day in, day out. And then someone might tell me, oh, 150,000 is a lot of money. One remote contract role, the barest minimum, is $1,500. Converting that, that's 2.4 million naira. The program is basically going to help you earn that within 2 to 3 months of graduating. So this is like, when you're looking at the return on investment, that is over 12 to 16 times what you're benefiting in just the very first year. Okay, so the next start is starting not like literally right now, so you can benefit from the mentorship sessions. Okay, so if you have questions, please raise your hand. I can only see Uche, so I'm going to give access to individuals to be able to turn on their mic. So hi Uche, please go on with your question. Hi Uche, I'm giving you access to unmute your mic.
Hello. Okay. Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
evening.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So I was saying, is there option because one won't just I'm just coming in to this for the first time. So I was saying one would just have a readily available 100K this night. What if they can also have options of extending, like maybe a day or 2 days or so, just for the benefit of the 10 persons, as you said? Because I don't know, maybe I'm speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
available 100K this night.
Okay, I get your point. So that is why I said you have the 50K option. You might not need to pay the 100K at once, but you have the installment plan. But I need you, for us to be able to say, oh, this person is interested, you need to secure your you need to secure your slots rather with an amount of money. Okay, so it might not be the full 100K, it might be 50K that you have to secure your slot. You'd have to do that this night to be able to benefit from the 10. If you decide to register after today, you might not be able to benefit that particular discount amount. It might go back to 150K. Not it might, it's going back to 150K. I'm sorry, I'm the one that made that decision. So it goes back to 150K after. So I just have that for 10 people because I only have a bandwidth for 10 people. And it is only the 10 individuals that would also benefit from the early bird. So if you don't have 100K, you have 50K, a minimum 50K amount, then you're able to register and benefit from this. I don't know if this answers your question, Uche, or if that is going to still be a struggle. Hi, Uche, are you there?
Yes, it answers. But I was thinking when you said the deposit of 50K, I was saying 3 times. So I was thinking, was it still the same 3 installments? So it was still the same 150 or so when I saw the
No, it's
slide.
going to be two. It's just going to be two. It's going to sum up to 100K. I feel like I'm lagging. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So you can just go ahead to pay the 50K once, and then you are summing up your money to 100K at the end of the session. Moji said the link. Uche, did you get that?
Yes, I got that.
Okay. All right. Great. So Moji says she's having issues. Please, Juliet, follow up. Waliat has paid. Waliat said if I pay 50K, so I then pay 50K to balance up later to so much 100K. I have to pay 50K. So the 50K you need to balance up. You need to pay on or before the program starts, which is going to be on or before August 8th. You need to finalize your payments for it to be 100K. Anything beyond that is going to be 150K. Does that clarify, Waliat? Waliat, if you are clear, please give me a thumbs up so I know that you got that. Okay, someone's hand raised. Okay, still Uchi. Please, for anybody that have questions, it is very, very important that you ask your questions down. I'm not even saying make payments. I'm saying that you basically respond or ask your questions now so you get clarification. Okay? If you have any question, please don't if you don't even want to talk, put your questions on the chat and then I will be able to respond to your question as well. Okay. So for the individuals that want to pay flexible payments, just click the amount that you want to pay. You can see that there are two links. There's one on the website and there's just another one, that it says flexible payments. Just click on that one so you can make the flexible payments and then you are good to go. So whichever one works for you, you can register on the website or you can click on this link to make payments. Okay. Another thing is once you are done making payments, please send the receipts to my colleagues. You have Zuliat, you have Janet. They've sent both their numbers. Send the receipt to them on WhatsApp. Okay. I've seen 3 people make. Okay, 3 people make payments. We have 7 more slots. After the 7 slots, I'm calling it a day. Okay. So if you have any questions, anything you want me to clarify, please ask it now. If you have any question, ask now. We are over 50 plus on this call. Okay. To even confirm, if you can still hear me, give me a thumbs up so I know that we have people here. If you can still hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Guys, you guys are very, very cold all of a sudden. Olania, thank you so much for that. Are we still here, guys? Are we still here? We have Bashiru. Okay. Please, 50 people. Are all of you sleeping? Did I bore you so much that you all okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys. All right. So does anybody have questions? Or do you want me to start calling people specifically? If you have questions, you can put it in the chat. If you have questions, you could raise your hand, whatever works best for you. Please, if you've made payments, for those people that have made payments, I only see your payments come in through the account. Please reach out to my colleagues. That is either Zulias or Janet. Send them a message, okay, with your receipts. And then I will be able to reach out to you specifically to say you've made payments. And then we can go over to the process of your career strategy building. You would have access to the LMS and start watching your video even this night if you choose to, okay? And then you can start working on your LinkedIn, your CV as soon as possible, okay? So Melody says, what if I don't have an experience as a HR, but I would like to go into it? Will you provide companies for portfolio building? Absolutely, Melody, absolutely. So if you've never done anything HR related, this is your very first time. You would see that everything you're working on would be for companies across the globe, not just in analytics itself. So let me show you an example now from the website itself. If you look at the courses in HR analytics, and this is for everyone that wants to, basically learn more about the programs they're interested in, just click on view program. Someone speaking. Let me see. Can't see my entire screen. Okay. So you just click on view program and to show you the entire course curriculum. I think my network is a tad bit slow, but to answer your question directly, every single week, they're going to be working on a particular portfolio for different aspects. Click on continue to view. So for HR analytics, you see practicals, AI prompts, HR data cleaning, employee insight summarization, recruitment analytics. This is the very first week, and this will be for a company that you're working on for it. The second week, you have this for a company. The third week, you have this for a company, and so on and so forth. So Melody, even if you have never done anything HR related, and you get on this program, you are basically going to build a portfolio. At the end of the day, you might have more proper knowledge than someone in HR analytics itself. Okay? I don't know if this answers your question, Melody, or if you want me to clarify. So I'll move on to the next person, Olateju Taiwo. For business analysis class, is it necessary to have background or training in the field before applying for AI training? Okay, the business analysis program. Sorry, Don Richie, I'm going to mute you, and then I will take your question next. For all the programs, we're not kicking off with the AI aspect first. We're kicking off with the business analysis aspect first, in terms of what is business analysis, what is requirements gathering, all of that. We're doing that first. Then we're not going to show you. Oh, Esther, fantastic. Please just send your receipt to Zuliat so that she can acknowledge that. Please and please. Okay, so now we have 5 payments, just remaining 5 slots. Remaining just 5 slots left, and we call it a day. So like I mentioned, if you don't have 100K, you have 50K, please use the flexible payment link. If you register from the website, you might not be able to make payments, but from the other link, flexible payment, you'll be able to do so. So back to Taiwo's question. What was I saying now? Okay, so we're going to start from the basis of business analysis itself. What is what do I want to say now? What is your requirements gathering? What are the process? How do I build a process document? How do I create an SO? All of that. We're going to start from the very basis of it. And then we'll now show you this is the manual process. Then this is how you can make use of AI to improve on that manual process. That is what we're going to show you during the course of the program. So for you to understand, it's just like, let me explain it like this. When we were calculating addition and subtraction, okay? In addition, they will do the whole 11 plus 11. And then at the end of the day, you see it's 22. Before you now move to calculator, and then calculator does that for you. So we'll show you the manual process itself, and then show you how AI has helped improve that process end to end, okay? Taiwo, I don't know if that answers your question. So you do not need a background in business analysis for you to get it done. Okay. So Melody, I hope that clarifies, and I hope you've registered. I would really love to, deep dive into helping you build out a career plan from, I'm not doing anything tech related, I'm not doing anything HR related, I'm now, what am I going to do and how do I potentially land jobs? And Taiwo, I hope that has answered your question as well. Okay. So the next person we have is who now? Babatunde said, I'm a teacher by profession. How can I fully be benefited from AI projects since I have no knowledge in computer before? See, okay, this goes to Babatunde. If you look at what we presented end to end, there was a teacher in one of the testimonials who did not have any knowledge and now is a full-on healthcare data analyst. Okay, this is a classroom teacher. He's in Cameroon and he was able to become a healthcare data analyst. So it can come in 2 ways. Is either you want to use your knowledge of AI in your teaching profession itself, or you want to break out of teaching and move into AI automation for different fields. AI in the teaching space, first of all, can help you with grading. grading your students' assignments, exams. And I'm not even talking about CBT because that's the most common one. Everybody shouts CBT, CBT, not multiple choice. I'm saying theoretical questions that can be answered with AI. Okay. Then the very next thing you're also going to be looking at in terms of attendance tracking, you can also be able to determine the different types of learners you have. Slow learners, fast learners, medium scale learners. You can create different learning experiences for them. Okay, you can also gamify your classes. Most of the students, most of individuals, they learn by what they see, what they hear. This can improve your students' productivity level. This is something that you can build. You can create an edutech app. This is something that you can build end to end as a teacher and can get you serious recognition from your school and even on a global scale. But then you want to say, oh, I don't want to do anything edu tech or edu related. I want to do something more AI focused. Yes, you can go into the AI automation engineering program and basically look at how to automate processes for different organizations. You don't even need to know how to press computer to get started with this. Like I said, it is very beginner friendly. So Moji and Zuliat, please just send her the Kuda account since she's having issues with the link. It might just be easier for her. Okay, Zuliat, Janet, please send Moji the account. I have just 5 slots left. I've not looked at the account now so that she doesn't get to miss out. What was I saying now? So Babatunde, you might not need to God, I've lost my train of thought. You might not need to know how to make use of computer at all to benefit from this program. We've had people 52 that takes this program, and then we guide them from start to finish, how to make use of Excel, how to do basic things with a laptop. Okay. If you don't have any computer knowledge, it is a beginner problem. So it is a beginner friendly class. So we're going to support you from start to finish, regardless of what your KEDA is. Okay. But Batunde, I hope that answers your question. If not, you can let me know. You can have a follow-up question in the chat and I'll also respond to it. Okay. So Waliat said, how is the timing for the class? Okay. The timing for the class is on Saturday. I think I showed that. If I didn't, apologies. It's on Saturday, you have 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's on Saturday. And then Sundays, it is self-paced. So we have what we call the learning management system. These have pre-recorded videos that you can go through. So once you go through these pre-recorded videos, you basically are able to see the foundational aspect of it. Then on Saturdays, you now come to class, and then the facilitator will focus on the projects. So the projects that has been you need to do in class, you get to watch it end to end, okay, for 6 weeks. For individuals that might be interested on how the class works, let me just show you so you know that I'm not just saying it from my mouth. And then we have actual system. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. One more payment just came in, so there's 4 more slots left. Please, if you are making payments, do that as soon as possible so that I can reach out to you and then we can have a conversation as soon as possible. Okay. So let me see what I'm sharing now. Okay. So you can see that these are the different classes. We have them, coded and all. So for generative AI for DA, let me just pick this. I don't think I've accepted this class. So I'm just going to pick any of them. So you can see the student just even did a hack AI-thon where they won different types of classes, okay? Different type of prizes rather, okay? So you register, you win prizes and so on and so forth. But now if you want to see the recordings, like I told you that every class is recorded, you can see that the recordings are clearly stated here. If I click on any of these recordings, I can see them and I can go over it, okay? So this is a technical support session. I'm just gonna go back. I'm looking for an actual class. So let me just pick this. This is mentorship. Okay, so this is an actual class. You can just take a glimpse of how the class runs. So I'm going to share that instead. Please, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. If you want to speak, please raise your hand. If you're having issues making payments, reach out to either Zuliat or Janet, and they'll be able to support you end to end on this. Okay, so I'm going to play this. Let me share this tab so that you can see how the class runs. I hope my network will allow me to do this because it's a tad bit slow. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, this is just a greeting. So you move this into something interesting. This. So you can see that he's building it in real time with the students. I'm not, this is a recording from the class. You can see that it's an actual Google recording. So it's not a pre-recorded class. You are doing it with your facilitator. And if for whatever reason you make mistakes, you miss a step, you are not sure, you can always reach out to the facilitator and he or she will guide you. Okay. Like I tell you, it is a very, very supportive process. We handle you like you're our babies to ensure that you're able to hit your goals as soon as possible. Okay. So I just wanted to give you a glimpse of how the classes run. And you can see this is recorded. This is recorded as of 8th of February. And it is still an active recording. So you have lifetime access, 2025, 2026, 2030, 2035. You can come back and watch any of these videos. Okay. So I'm just going to keep on going to the chat and responding to questions. Waliat, I hope this answers your question. And I also hope you have registered. I just have 4 slots left. After the 4 slots are fully occupied, I call it a night. Okay. So let me see if there are any other question. Oni, please just reach out to either Uche or Ziliat so that they can help you register on time. Moji, please also reach out to Ziliat so that you are able to make payments quickly. And if you want to do that to the Kuda accounts, do that. Also, once you have made payments, please fill out the registration form. You can send it to Ziliat, you can send it to Uche. They will be able to send you the necessary details for you to get started, okay? So you need to fill out this form, your email, the name on the account, upload your receipts, all of this. They'll send you the form to get it done, okay? So let me see if there are any other questions. Please do not feel shy to ask questions. Questions are good. That is why we have this session, okay? So Babatunde said, is content creation useful in teaching students in schools? Absolutely. Content creation is very, very useful when it comes to teaching. So like I mentioned, it depends on the type of students you're teaching. If you are teaching primary school, secondary school, university students, everybody learns differently. You can teach an entire course on biology using a video. When I'm saying a video, I'm not saying looking at the muscles in depth. No, it can be a funny comedy skit type of videos that talk about the different muscle parts. And then all you need to do is just prompt AI that this is for students between age 16 to 20 and so on and so forth. You basically want to explain the different muscle type. It should be funny, it should be comic, it should be a way that grabs their attention. You can do that with AI, okay? So you can help your class be as accessible to different type of individuals as possible, okay? So I don't know if this answers your question, Babatunde, or if you have any other question. Please, I have 4 slots left out of the 10 slots. Please, once that close, we call it a night as soon as possible. So if you're having issues, we've given you a lot of options. You can pay to the CUDA, you can pay on the website. However you want to do, just make your payment. You can pay the 50K, you can pay the 100K so that we are able to support you on this journey as soon as possible. Okay. So now, does any other person have any questions, any comments? I think I'm just going to go to the chat and then ask people specifically. If you're staying with me to this point, all 30 of you should have registered because I feel like there's a reason that why you are here. You might not just decided to stay till 9:49. Abdullah Sani, if you have a question, you don't want to speak, you want to speak, raise your hand, put it in the chat. Adetutu, Annabelle, Augustus, Joel. Okay, Joel seems like an old student. Blessing, Deepa. Okay, I think Deepa has registered. Yes, I missed that. Don Richie, your mic was unmuted at some point. I don't know if you had a question. Sorry that it took me long to get back. If you had a question, please, now would be a good time to respond to your question. Melody, I hope you've been able to register. Moji, I hope you also been able to register. Uche, Taiwo, because you ask questions. And I assume that you've been able to register. Oni, I think it should be Surveyor Oni Oluwaseun. I hope you've been able to register. Waliat, I hope you've been able to register as well. Does any other person have any questions? And please, if you're having any issues, just reach out to Zuliat and Uche. They would be able to support you. I have 4 more slots left. So please, I hope we've been able to sort out Moji and Surveyor Oni as well. Waliat and Melody, I also hope you've been able to register. Esther, thank you for sending in your payment information. Okay. Does anybody have any other question? Does anyone have any other question? Okay, so I have 4 more slots left. If you are able to lock in your slots between 12 midnight, latest by tomorrow, we'll still be able to accept your registration so that I can reach out to you. I have 4 more to go. Ensure that you do that, and then we'll be able to support you as soon as possible. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a night here since I see that there are no further questions. Thank you so much, superstars. Thank you so much for joining in. It was an absolute pleasure speaking to each and every one of you. You all are super amazing. You took out time to stay with me up until this point. I do not take it for granted. I would love to support you. I'd love to have further conversations with you, but I can only do that once you register. So if you didn't fill out the attendance form, please fill it out. If you're still looking to register, there is... Yes, Adetutu, please go on. I can see your hands are raised. Hi, Adetutu, are you there?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very much. I've been listening to all your teaching since. I'm very grateful. I'm even delighted to be on this call tonight. But my question is this. Although you said something about even if somebody doesn't have an AI experience, or you don't have any organizational job experience, that we can see enroll on this particular program. But my question is that a situation whereby you have a business of your own, you're a business developer on your own, and and you want to do an analyst, AI analyst. How is that possible as well?
All right, thank you, Adetutu. So for business owners, I won't tell you to go for AI analysis because it doesn't really help you. The best one to go for is either AI automation engineering or AI business analysis. And why do I say so? As a business owner, your goal and objective is quite different from a working professional. Okay, so you are looking at how can you improve your business, generate profits, generate revenue, reduce cost, and so on and so forth. That's your key goal. And this is where AI for business analysis focus on that end to end. Okay, so you're going to be looking at AI, okay, like a businesswoman, let's say you have a shop and you are selling biscuits and sweets, okay? To be able to help you when you come into the shop, to know how many biscuits and sweets you still have left in stock without having to count it, you can use AI for that. Okay, if you also want to be able to know how much profit you made in a day without having to count how much naira is in your hand, you can make use of AI for that. Okay, so you don't have to wait for what do I want to explain now? You don't have to look at AI analysis for that. AI automation, AI business analysis can help you specifically know the products that you have available, the profits that you've made. You can even automate certain of your process. Okay, so when a customer comes to you and say, oh, I want to make a payment, and then if they are buying in bulk, you have to do invoice. What if you can automatically generate that type of invoice and give to them? This is not something that majorly concerns a working professional, but it benefits you as a business owner. Okay, so now you need to look at things that specifies to you rather than on the larger scale. So if you're looking to get into this AI program, AI business analysis looks at business end to end, how to take your business from where it is to the next level. Does that answer your question, Adetutu?
Yes, thank you very much. I can understand you now. I
Okay.
understood very well.
All
Thank
right,
you very
great. You're
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah. So, Uchenna, you're asking how much. So the program itself is originally 250K. But for this night and this night only, instead of you paying 250K, you can lock in your slot with just 100,000 naira. So once you pay 100K, you are good to go. I don't know if that answers your question, Uchenna. Hi, Uchenna, did you get that? Okay.
Yes,
I would
yes,
assume
I got it. Can you hear me?
yes,
Hello.
yes. All right,
Okay,
that's
so
great.
I, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yes, I got your message. But what of if we don't pay? When is the class starting to start with? That's what, because I missed some of the class due to my network. My network was poor. When is the class starting? And if one pays before the class starts, aside this
Mm-hmm,
night, won't the
mm-hmm.
person still benefit from the 100K? At
Okay.
least if the
All
class,
right.
won't the person
Fantastic
benefit from
question.
the 100K? Yeah, so
Yes.
I know that the class is not starting tomorrow. So what if the person pays before the class starts? Won't I benefit from the 100K?
Okay. So if you've been listening to me, and I guess you already mentioned that, you weren't able to listen on some
Yeah.
parts. So what I mentioned is if you registered this night today, I would be able to reach out to you and help you with an entire career strategy plan. Apart from that, you're also going to be getting access to the learning management system. That's the LMS. It has pre-recorded videos. So you can start watching your foundational videos as of this night, tomorrow morning, wherever you choose. Okay. Then the next thing you're going to benefit is the early bird class. So the early bird class is not for individuals that decide to register a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks from now. If you're registered today, you'll be able to benefit and join the early bird class where you'll be getting mentorship session for individuals that have already gotten into the program, or they've already gotten jobs, and then they're able to refer you. We have individuals that also be talking about optimizing your LinkedIn, optimizing your CV. These are things that you will benefit end to end. Okay, from this, we would also be helping you, giving you jobs to start applying for. We start working on your projects. These are people that that basically registers on time and do not have to wait for 2, 3, 4 weeks to get started. Does that answer your question? Uchenna, are you there? Did you get that? Can anyone still hear me?
Yeah, I
Yes.
get you. I get you. But you didn't mention when the class is starting.
Okay, the class is starting August 8th, but then
Okay.
that's the main class. The early bird class is starting this Thursday. Okay, so I'm just trying to clarify. So the early bird class starts on Thursday, but then the main class where you see all of your classmates and every other thing will be starting August 8th. Our classes start every first Saturday, but we don't like to wait till the first Saturday to get you situated. We push you through the early bird class and then you start going as soon as possible. Does that answer your question, Uchenna?
Okay. Okay. It answers it. It answers
Okay.
it. I would like to do next month's one when I'm fully prepared because now
Okay.
I'm next month. So that's August.
Okay. So even if you are registering for August, if you register in August itself, you are going to be paying the original amount of 250K. So if you're able to register now, you can defer your registration or defer starting your class either August or September. But then if you wait and you decide to wait till August itself to register, you're going to be paying the original amount of 250K. I don't want you to have to get to that situation. So if you have 50,000 naira, you can lock in your slot this night, and then you're just going to be paying 100,000 naira total. But you can lock in with just 50K. Does that answer your question, Uchenna? Just so that you clarify, and when you come by August and they tell you 250K, you would not say treasure mentioned 200K. Do you understand? Uchenna?
Yeah, I get you. I get your point. I get your point.
Okay. All right. So my colleagues will reach out to you. Hopefully, if you're able to register between now and latest tomorrow, you'll be good to go. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Esther, your hands are raised. Please go on.
I I've made the payment and I selected the August course. So I would like to know what you mean by the early bets.
Okay. All right, Esther. So live classes starts August 8th. When I say live classes, classes that have to go with your foundational class, the projects and all of that to start then. But then for individuals that register early, like you yourself, we give them additional benefits. The additional benefit is you will get your LMS access latest by tomorrow. So LMS, you're basically going to be watching pre-recorded video, getting acquainted with the different activities that you're going to be doing in class itself. So when people register by end of month, they are basically going to be struggling with activities, but you already have those information early on. That's one of the benefits. The second benefit is the early bird class. The early bird class starts on Thursday, this Thursday, not tomorrow, not next week, not 2 weeks, this Thursday that's coming. You're basically going to be joining the early bird class. What is the early bird class about? The early bird class is going to start helping you optimize your CV, your LinkedIn. You would also get key professionals come and speak on what they've been able to do to be able to get jobs, and then they can make referrals. So we'll do that every Thursday till the actual live class. Your main class starts August 8th. Does that clarify, Esther?
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I don't know if you shared your receipts with Zuliat or
Yeah,
Uche.
I did already.
Okay, all right, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions before I call it a day? Please, can you also send the attendance for Sassy to fill out? He said he needs to fill out the attendance. Please go ahead to share with him so that he or she is able to sort that out. Okay, so Mojisala, I'm yet to see your payments. Saoni as well. Please, relate with Zuliat as well as Uche so that you can close out on the payment. For Waliat as well and Melody, please, reach out to the king if you've made payments. If you fill the form without sharing the details, it might be kind of a hassle for us to get you on board. Okay, so that being said, I think we are 2 minutes above time. So thank you so much, everyone. If you have further questions, you can also join the clarity. Okay, Moji, your hand is raised. Please go on. Hi, Moji. Hi, Moji. If you're speaking, you're muted. Moji, are you there? Okay.
Okay, I'm there. I'll say that I made my payment.
Okay, you made your payment. Please, can you keep loud?
Yes. Hello?
All right. We've received it. Thank you. Thank you. So Zuliat will send you the form to fill so that you can upload all the necessary informations. Okay. If anyone still has any further questions, you're not clear, we also have the clarity link, okay, where you can get access to myself, other of the career professionals that can help you choose any of the programs. You're not sure which of them to go for. They would help you pick any of the programs and help you throughout the entire process. Okay. Remember, we still have 3 more slots. Moji has made payment, 3 more slots between now, latest tomorrow. If you're able to make your 50K, 100K payment, we'll be able to proceed on that level with you. Okay. So, that being said, thank you so much, each and everyone, for staying with me till this point. I know I'm a very strong yapper, but you decided to stay with me. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I hope you're able to register. I hope you're able to join the program. If you are not clear on anything, speak to Leah, speak to Jane, speak to Uche. If you still want to speak to me, they can send you my contacts and we can have a conversation. Okay. Thank you so much for sticking with me to this point. That being said, I would like to draw the curtains here. Thank you so much, everyone, and please enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay. Cheers and bye for now. Thank you, everyone. Bye.